Good afternoon, and welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to our Stranded Forever modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So I was meaning to get out an episode yesterday, and last week, the back end of last week, I didn't put out an episode, and that is because if we pop down here, you're going to notice immediately that something's missing. Basically, our other void miner disappeared, our void resource miner. And I set this up here because sag mills are a lot cheaper than making anything else. So I set up a few sag mills and some power conduits, and I noticed that it deleted this conduit line here. And so at first I was thinking that maybe it has to do with the Ender IO conduits while this stuff's vanishing. But then I did a bit more testing, and it's not. I spent a while between like a few days there testing with this pack. As of right now, this room, basically if we pull up the chunk boundaries here, I was thinking originally that it was a chunk because it's removing anything that's over here, like within this chunk. Also, right up in here, within this chunk. Any of that stuff's getting deleted. However, our void miner is not in the same chunk, and it's still deleting it. And so I was going around testing chunks, and it almost seems like it's growing. Like the number of chunks that are affected is increasing, and I don't know. I mean, it drives me insane. Also, I'm having an issue with my about every time I log on. It looks like this one is okay right now, but these will all get deleted. Like every few times that I log on, all of my settings on those will get deleted. So I have to reset all those. That doesn't happen every time, but about 50% of the time those will get deleted. Also, this area, for some reason, this entire thing resets like every time. Right now it doesn't have power because that stuff's not plugged up. But I keep getting this, and if we pull it out, it'll change to copper ore sand, and it'll start running. But it gets this all backed up, and then it's like 30 minutes or something trying to sort this stuff out, and it is a bit of a headache. And this is just catching things because all this gets backed up and it starts chucking out items, and oh my gosh, it's absolutely driving me insane. But anyways, I will say that I'm going to keep trying to push on with the disappearing items, but if it grows much larger, I don't know. We may end this series due to that. We'll just see. So as of right now, it's just 2 chunks, and I'm just gonna keep going and try to push on. But the disappearing items are absolutely driving me insane. But anyways, I had a request today to cover the tree farm because there's this horrible thing from Better with Mods, and I'll show you what it is. It's absolutely terrible. And I had noticed it as well, and I had a comment about it. Let me find. So if I was to take a oak sapling and plant it here, and then I bone milled it, you're going to notice that this is all oak wood, but this is a stump. That's where the major problem stems from. Because these stumps, none of the... I'm not even going to worry about it. I'll go get an axe. I don't even have an axe on me. None of the automatic tree farms will recognize that stump. So the Ender IO farmer, the progressive automation one, none of that stuff is going to recognize that stump and be able to cut it down, which is a major headache. I'll go ahead and say. But anyways, it is a massive headache with that stump and the fact that nothing will recognize it. Honestly, I don't even understand the point of the stump. I mean, it does drop a few additional things, but even still, like if we take a look here, it drops sawdust, and you can use sawdust for, I don't know, some things here. Basically just like wood, pretty much. You can make dirt with it. But it absolutely drives me insane, those stumps do. But I did discover a way, playing around with it, I did discover a way that we can bypass those stumps and not have to deal with them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get into a couple mods here. First off, we're going to get ourselves an Ender IO farming station. So let's go ahead and get that stuff sorted. And so our farming station for Bender IO, it's fairly straightforward to craft. You need the Z-Logic controller, the pulsating crystals, all that stuff. I've got all this stuff prepped. But for the diamond hoe, you're going to need to get yourself some diamond ingots. Now there's a couple ways to make these. You can either get into the crucible from Better with Mods, or you can get yourself a creeper oyster, which is what we're going to do. This is actually fairly easy to do. What we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a pair of shears, and we're going to go out and find some creepers. Now this is a little bit dangerous, of course. Oh, it's daytime. That could be a problem. Let me actually go out. I don't know if we have any creepers. No, doesn't look like it. Let me go over to the city real quick, and we'll see if we can find ourselves a creeper spawner. Okay, so there is a creeper in here. Of course, I'm burning up. I went ahead and got gelid slime. Some new gelid slime stuff, but still burning up. Okay, I'm bringing the creeper out. Come on, buddy. And maybe that zombie's gonna die. Oops. And what we need to do is just shear this creeper. And you'll notice that he drops a creeper oyster for us. And that's what we were after. That's probably the best way to get these. Cool. Blood moon, awesome. Alright, so I'm going to head back to the base. I'm going to get another creeper oyster. It shouldn't be a problem with the blood moon coming in. And you'll notice, I guess it doesn't take durability from the shears either, which is strange. I figured it would. Okay, temperature starting to drop. Thank goodness. Also, I've noticed that when you jump in the water, I remember Sheridan saying something about it, but when you jump in the water during the day now, like your temperature goes up. So daytime is horrible, like whenever you leave the ship. I hate it. So, but anyways, I'm going to go get another creeper oyster real quick. And alright, I managed to find another creeper oyster. I actually need to eat some food too to get my health up. This temperature, oh my gosh, this temperature drives me insane. So now that we have our creeper oysters, we should be able to make our diamond ingots. There's one, there's two, and get our diamond hoe. We're out of sticks. And there we go, there's our farming station. So awesome. And then next up, what we're going to need to actually make it work with those stumps, because of course those stumps are the major issue when it comes to trying to farm, is we are going to get a little bit into forestry. So, because it's the best way that I've found to bypass those. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves a carpenter. We're going to need some bronze. I'm going to have to make some bronze. So we can just combine our copper and our tin like that. Let's go ahead and we'll grab a stack, just because we can. We have plenty of resources. Resources really aren't the issue anymore. And so there's our carpenter. And what I want to get is I want to get a portable analyzer. So this is made with just a little bit of water and then some basic materials there. And we'll just set up our carpenter right here next to, or actually back one. We'll set it up right there. You'll notice it fills up with water. That's great. And let's see, what was the recipe for the analyzer? It's like diamond and redstone at the bottom and the tin. Okay. So we'll do just like that. And we'll let this run for just a second. Oh, it is going to need power too. Almost forgot. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We have, right now, I mean, I've got so many resources, and this whole like resetting thing is driving me insane. We're going to go ahead and set that to wood farm. But this whole resetting thing with the power is driving me mad. Having to reconfigure it every time. And so we're just gonna, for right now, we're gonna nick this dimensional transceiver, and we'll just set that up, and then I'm gonna use that for our farming station, so to move the items and the power around. So we'll just set this up right there. We'll say you can receive power on the wood farm line, And that's going to start running. So we'll give it just a second. And while we're waiting on that, let's go grab ourselves some saplings. 52, that'll be plenty to get us started. And I'll tell you what, let's get a capacitor as well. So we got ourselves an octatic capacitor, because the area that I have set up for the wood farm, for the oak at least, is a 15 by 15. So I want to go ahead and have it at full capacity. And we've got our portable analyzer. Let's go ahead and grab our transceiver. And we'll set it up in here. I haven't decorated this. I was wanting to do a bit more decorating, but I was testing so much with all this stuff. It's driving me insane. And for right now, I guess we'll set this transceiver into the floor there. And we'll go ahead and say that you can also send items on the farm line. Oops. There we go. And so it's receiving power from the wood farm, and it's sending items on the farm line. And then what we'll do is set up our farming station right here, and we'll give it a capacitor so that it has the 15 by 15. It has a ton of RF storage. I thought it was only 500,000. Oh, it's 1 million by default. Huh. For some reason I don't know, maybe that's changed. I was thinking it was more than that, but I mean less than that. Not more than that. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and throw our saplings into here, and we'll split it up a little bit, and we'll lock them in. So you'll notice that it starts planting all those for us, and you know, it's only going to be able to accept oak saplings, which is great. That's what we want. And now we just need to handle actually cutting down the trees. So we're going to need to make an axe, and what we're going to do is we are going to, and I'll show you something actually really quick before we start doing that. If we were to grow one of these, oh, whoops, I forgot something. My bad. The whole analyzer part, I just totally skipped it for some reason. Alright, let me grab these saplings. And so what we can do is we can take these oak saplings and use our portable analyzer, throw these oak saplings into here, and then you'll notice that they immediately become the forestry version. We don't actually have to scan them, we don't have to spend any honey or anything, but now we have the forestry version of apple oak saplings. And these, if we throw these into the, unlock that again, throw these into here, just lock it back, it'll start planting, and now you'll notice that it says apple oak sapling from forestry. So if we were to bone meal this, you'll notice there is no stump on this. It is straight up, it's oak wood with apple oak leaves, which drop apple oak saplings. So, and in my experience, they also have a better chance, it seems like, to drop apples, which is always nice. There's a witch back there. So anyways, let me run over here, and we're going to do something with Tinker's Constructs really quick. What I want to make is I want to make a mattock. It takes a shovel head, axe head, and a tool rod, so not a problem. Let's go ahead, we'll throw some paper in there, and I want to make all the pieces out of paper. So we're going to do an axe head, a shovel head, and then our tool rod. There we go. And then I also want to, or we'll go ahead and make this first. So we'll get our paper mattock. You'll notice it has 5 modifiers. Good stuff. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get some reinforcement modifiers. Now these are crafted with any kind of cast and then obsidian around it. So we'll go ahead and get 5 of those. And then we can apply them to our mattock. So they do give us this reinforced, and you'll notice that each level adds a 20% chance to not use durability. So we'll go ahead and upgrade this. And now you'll notice it says unbreakable, and it shouldn't consume any durability whenever it's used, which is great. That was actually a suggestion that I had on my Sky Factory series for the hose, to use that because it won't ever break. So we can do the same thing with the mattock here. So we'll go ahead and throw this mattock into here, and you'll notice that it starts chopping down the trees, and our mattock's not taking any durability damage, which is great. And it's actually getting our oak wood and our apples built up, and we should be, yeah, we're coming out with some extra saplings here, which is awesome. And so then what we'll need to do is just plug this up into the system. So that way we have our oak wood and our, you know, all of our good stuff coming in. So what we'll do is we'll say items. Actually, before we do that, let's get some drawers. Let me go grab some wood and some apples. Basically, we're going to want a drawer for wood, apples, and saplings set up. And wow, this is actually increasing fairly quickly, the amount of saplings that are out here. So we'll go ahead and grab some apples, some wood, and let's go set these drawers up real quick. And kind of what I'm thinking is we'll just put this into the cobble works for now. I think that would be okay. Tell you what, I'm going to do it right here. So we'll set up a couple drawers right here. We'll say, you know, you take oak wood, you take apples, and then we'll do one more. And this one is going to hold saplings. So very, very nice. Go ahead and lock these up, and since these are touching, this will be connected into the system. And then what we can do is we can set this up to import into the system. And so we'll say, let's see, how do I want to do this? Because we still have this plugged up. Well, it's actually not even running right now because I haven't set up the dimensional transceiver again to run with it. So we'll go ahead and say that this, let's go ahead and configure it, disable, and we will, let's make an import bus, this into the dimensional transceiver. We're going to try that. And we'll say that you can accept items on the farm line. And you know what? I didn't configure the farming station to give the items to the dimensional transceivers. So let's do that really, really quick. I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a dark moment. So we'll say you can push items. Okay, they're going somewhere. I bet they're going into the system. Yeah, so we're getting wood into the system now, which is great. That is awesome. I wish this was a little bit faster, but that's okay. We'll sort it. We'll get it sorted out. But now we are getting wood. We're getting apples. We're getting saplings. Well, we will get saplings. We're not getting saplings just yet. But anyways, that's our wood farm sorted. And you can also do the same with the analyzer. You can do it if you want birch or jungle or whatever. That's honestly, I think the best way is just get rid of the vanilla saplings, because that better with mods is terrible. Those stumps are terrible. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the best way that I've found to sort it. And so probably before long, this will be filled with saplings and everything will be wonderful. So, but anyways, it is about wrapping up point. Next episode, we will be doing auto crafting with AE2 and moving into that a little bit in order to get ready to go into Woot. So, assuming that my items don't all disappear, if this farm disappears, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. So, because as of right now, I mean, it's like basically, you know, I had some suggestions like, well, just close off that room and don't use it. Well, right now it's these two rooms and all out of here. So it's like the whole like middle of my ship is just cut in half and can't use it. It's awful. Awful, awful, awful. So, plus I get these occasional lag spikes there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you found it helpful. If you were having, I know I had at least one other person that was having issues with the stumps. So hopefully that sorts it for you. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. And yeah, next episode, auto crafting and then Woot, unless there's something in particular you guys are having issues with, and if so, I'll take that into consideration and maybe move it forward. So that's why I wanted to do the wood farm today, because I know there was some issue with that. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, as always, do take care and stay safe, and I will see you then.